Step in the dance looking like Shabba. Gold rings, gold chains, shining. Gold chaps, gold teeth when I'm rhyming.
Stepping at the dance, it's a madness. Even Shabba knew about my rankings. I'm a general, old school with it. Two-step to boom, I get Boruto with it. Dancing on my section, but we share a love from a distance.
Hello YouTube, what's good? And if you're a Boruto fan, 2 days away from the next manga episode, from the next manga of Boruto manga chapter 52. So this is gonna be a full manga analysis of manga chapter 51, Sacrifice of. So here we'll be discussing power scaling, my favorite, the repercussions of what happened in 51, and maybe a couple here. One what happened in also 52. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Twitch stream. I'll be streaming a couple games here and there. Also be on the lookout for any other raid challenging games I may post. Be on the lookout for any other Onyx free games I may post if you enjoy Onyx free. But and don't worry, my rated 1 fans. I also have a rated 1 gameplay, a rated 1 review of the gameplay coming up really soon, so be on the lookout for that. But anyway, we move. If you're a Boruto fan, you'll know that a lot of things in Boruto from chapter 51 have snapped together. So chapter 51 is like a intro to the main boss fight between Naruto and Ishiki. So, if you haven't seen my previous upload, which I have uploaded practically today, is that Naruto got a Ninetales boost amp, which he morphed into his Ninetales form. Well, the Ninetales morphed into him, so him and Ninetales are morphed together, much different than his BG mode or his 6H path Ninetales cloak or just his 6H path form. So he's 10 times as stronger since he and the Ninetales are one. So the question is, which some fans might have stepped up because not everyone is a sophisticated power scaler like myself. Is Naruto as strong as Ichiki now, or has his power surpassed even Madara? Because if I were to make a list of characters that are strong enough to kill Naruto and Sasuke, Madara would be one of them, especially with his final form he had, but then got taken out by Black Zetsu, which he should have dodged, because Rinnegan, Tsukuyomi, and all that. But anyway, based on the amp Naruto got, and also in the manga panel, I do not think it is stronger than Ishiki, let alone God form. I mean, it's a godly form power compared to all the other shinobi Naruto has fought. I mean, Madara, different story. But if it's not Madara with his 6H path form, along with the Tsukuyomi and the Rinnegan, and if it's not Kaguya, if it's not anyone else, Naruto and Sasuke are stomping everyone else in the Naruto-verse, including Naruto, including my guy. But based on what you see here, the power that the boost has, I believe that it's strong enough to hurt Ishiki, strong enough to hasten his death, but not strong enough to one-shot him or kill him, that's for sure. Because if this was the case, then Naruto would have found a way to counter Ishiki's power, but since not even the 2 halves of Hagoromo's power, which are also derivatives from Kaguya's power, which are also derivatives of a unripened divine tree, which is the same divine tree that Kaguya was ready to be sacrificed to, because that was an incomplete 10 tails that they're gonna be sacrificed, that Kaguya was gonna be sacrificed to, and so a full, complete divine tree that is ripe. So this is why this is why it explains. Well, Amado once again explains why the Utsuki travel in twos, and even though Uroshiki tagged along with, Uroshiki's partner was said to be dead, we don't know who Uroshiki's partner is, and also based on power scaling is Uroshiki has been thrown around, especially with his poor performance to baby Naruto and to Boruto, who rarely used his Jogan. Only one time, which I'll give Boruto credit, but at the same time Urashiki should have dodged it. There were so many things revolving around Urashiki that don't want to get into right now, but in basic, they did my man did it because the authors knew when you have an overpowered character who can break a timeline, he needs to die in the most retarded, stupid ways. That's why story and power scaling, when it's an overpowered characters with a storyline that needs to happen, they're willing to do a lot of stupid stuff. But never fear, chapter 51 has fixed that to an extent, because Jigen, aka G Ishiki, slaps around Naruto and Sasuke at previous Naruto episodes to the point that they almost died. Well, they were about to die. He sealed away Naruto by sucking up all the chakra. A lot like Momoshiki, but a lot more lethal, to the point that he's killing Naruto. Sasuke nearly died because he really has no protection. So yes, the saying of why. So if you've seen my All Shinobi channel review on All Shinobi, who also makes his own creative theories, he makes a statement on why Sasuke can hit hard but has no protection because of his Sasuno. I'll give him credit where it's due here, but everything else it's still bullshit. Because go and check out my other video that is coming out soon on the All Shinobi channel. Some of his theories, which I agree, and majority I just dislike with a passion. But anyway, another thing to come across is how it's a theory brought up by Naruto, explained by how Kawaki could end up killing Amano, because Amano would want Kawaki dead because if Ishiki's death is hastened by the battle Naruto will have with him, or with Momoshiki raging out and killing and potentially killing Sasuke and be the cause of Ishiki dying and going to his vessel, aka Kawaki, his perfect vessel. If you're an Espion fan, you will know that higher beings have a specific perfect vessel that if they're with, they'll be much stronger than before. This is why that Borushiki, aka Boruto with Momoshiki, is a lot stronger than his previous form because of his Jogan, and also of the amp Momoshiki, that especially with him being at post-death, which means if Ishiki dies, which Naruto and Sasuke should not kill him, because if they kill off Ishiki, he'll be 10 times much more dangerous than when he was. So let me rate Ishiki's power in pretty much levels. When he was in Jigen, he almost killed Naruto and Sasuke, to the point that they were dying fast. When he, after slapping around Kashin Koji, he one-shot Naruto. The fight that I had in chapter 50, YouTube copyrighted, but in general, Naruto and Sasuke got slapped around really bad. Sasuke got slapped and got hit pretty hard. Naruto was abilities were counted as father from Ishiki, and the only one keeping them together is Boruto, because Boruto teleported them into a different time zone. So depending on the time of day that is in the previous dimension, Boruto teleported Naruto and Sasuke and Ishiki from. If days have gone by there, that means Ishiki's death will be hastened, depending on the damage Naruto does with the boost of power. I don't think it's powerful enough to kill him, and if it does, it messes up the power scaling. I mean, at this point, the Boruto's Kishimoto and Ishimoto's, because Kishimoto's back. Yay! I don't know why people are unhappy about that. I love it. But anyway, the power Naruto has isn't strong enough to kill Ishiki, but it's strong enough to hasten his death. But either way, I have a feeling that if Kishimoto, so there are actually at least 7 instances happen involving someone dying, not just Ishiki. 1, Naruto dies, and there's nothing no one can do about it. This isn't the time for Boruto to come out, kill Sasuke, and be involved with killing Ishiki. That's so which brings me to timeline number two, or chance, excuse me, number two. Naruto gets killed, ripped to shreds. Just use my imagination, and then Sasuke uses the rebirth, which takes his life, and then brings back Naruto. What makes no sense here is that it's either the rebirth kills Sasuke, but the weird thing is that when Naruto used it was in a filler arc where Nagato somewhat, no we didn't he unsealed a meteorite coming from the leaf, but that was a tough filler. But since the rebirth uses one's life, it probably will kill Sasuke, but it will not happen with chance number three. The Nine Tails tricking Naruto into using his power that will actually not kill Naruto, and Sasuke will be the one to die by him being killed by Boruto, Boroshiki. You know that's where Boruto gets the scar from. Scenario number four. Ishiki death is hastened by the attacks from Naruto. Naruto dies. Boroshiki reveals himself, even though he has no reason to, because he doesn't really need to kill Sasuke, or not because he needs to play that card, or Sasuke will try to kill Boruto. But if Sasuke goes that route, the only reason he will ever go down that route is if Momoshiki decides to go, what up, it's time to go. So another scenario is where both Naruto and Sasuke are both dead, but then a theory optionally made is that Orochimaru brings them back, which doesn't make much sense because the reanimation is now illegal by Haguro. And I guess another scenario is where, so I guess the main scenario is what scenario would trigger Momoshiki to trigger Boroshiki and would initiate Sasuke trying to kill Boruto, and would initiate Ishiki's death being cracked up, body being cracked up, in order for there being an opening for Naruto and Sasuke to break open. Because in general, Naruto and Sasuke, they're when it comes to power, Ishiki, half of his power inside a broken up vessel, was able to slap them out of their vessels and almost kill them with Jigen. It only shows that he's way beyond their league. It only shows that a unripened divine fruit power passed down from Kaga to Hagoromo to Naruto and Sasuke is nowhere close to one official Otsutsuki who Ishiki is probably a prime minister or a low-ranking lieutenant. And if that means if a low-ranking lieutenant, and this is just me estimating Otsutsuki ranks based off podcast, if Ishiki is that strong that Naruto and Sasuke's teamwork, power cannot touch him. This only means at his breaking points, then he will kill Naruto. Mainly because when an antagonist is starting to break or has low power, they'll be even more deadly when they're at full power. Because Naruto and Sasuke, let alone the pathetic theory of Naruto absorbing Hagoromo's soul. Again, another alternate theory. It's not a, too bad theory, but it's just a theory that it defeats the point of Naruto dying, because when Naruto dies, he's going to the Pure Lands, not that time zone. No, not that dimension where Haguruma is in the plane of chakra. So let me say this. Even if Naruto were to absorb Haguruma's post-death Haguruma's power, it still wouldn't be enough. One, if the two halves of Naruto and Sasuke's power, whether it be Naruto with all or none of the Biju's power, unless it's his own Biju, and Sasuke with a fully mastered Rinnegan, which he has, if it cannot handle Ishiki, Naruto with an anti-Nine-Tails boost would only break Ishiki to the point that Ishiki would say, you know what, that's it. Because Ishiki is literally playing with Naruto and Sasuke to the point that him playing with Sasuke will get Sasuke broken bones, Sasuke tired out, low of chakra, Sasuke gets smacked around, Naruto gets beaten up to the point that, yeah, and I know this is what Ishiki has previously done before he met up with them, almost killed them in Jigen's body, slapped up Naruto, slapped up Sasuke. He's way beyond them. So yes, the boost that Naruto has can be effective, but to be effective leading up to Naruto's death. So ultimately Naruto isn't going to win this one. Yes, he will hasten his death somehow, or not at all. But depending on the 2 days wait, so far there are other things gonna happen. We've seen Sunni's intelligence being displayed as her technical skills as a trained Anbu, from the time when she was displayed to be the first villain to destroy the Leaf but failed because of plot convenience. But anyway, there is the theory going around of how Kawaki could kill Naruto for Naruto trying to kill Kawaki, because if Naruto and Sasuke fail, which is 99.999 high percent, which will happen, that means Kawaki is the number one target to kill, Big Brain Amato. So, to end this off, Naruto and Sasuke, they're not gonna get out of this one alive. Yes, Momoshiki was a bit different. I have my own arguments on where I would scale Momoshiki or Urashiki or Kage or Mada. I have another video coming out on just the top 10, 12 I believe, but I'll just end it with just a top 10 characters that are strong enough to kill Naruto. It'll be a one way to replace the horrible way of how Screen Rant did. The top 10 characters were stronger. No, the top 20. It only showed that when you put 20, your knowledge of that subject is void. So I'm gonna do my own list, and you won't be disappointed. And this is your boy Sam Nipper. Be on the lookout for more of my videos, and we out this bitch. Oh, 100K by the end of the year, or if not, just give me up 200 subs, please. Even though that's pretty close. So. I will not be a memory.